Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. The number of packs that we have out right now is honestly crazy. And I'm specifically talking about the SBCs that we're all grinding for our best chance of packing Team of the Season. But today, it gets even better. One of the most anticipated upgrade pack SBCs every single year of Team of the Season is expected to drop today, and it might give us our best chance at an unlimited repeatable pack for the League 1 and D1 Arkham Team of the Season cards. Guys, yes, I'm talking about those premium league specific upgrades. They were not good during Team of the Year, but they're going to be better for Team of the Season. Plus, is it a good time to invest in Team of the Season cards? Because we're still maybe looking forward to some requirements for these cards later this week and down the line. We'll talk about it today, guys. If you're excited for it, drop a thumbs up and subscribe if you are new. Now, we're going to cover yesterday's content on Sunday first with evolutions, where honestly we had a good evo yesterday. I know some people are not a huge fan of the evos at the moment because they're giving out 3 playstyle pluses, but the stats aren't that crazy. Honestly, for 25,000 coins, which is basically the price of most of these cheap TOTS cards that we're going out and trying off the market, you get to create your own 3 playstyle plus player with a really solid stat boost. Guys, I actually like this the most out of a lot of the 3 playstyle plus evos that we've had, not because the stat limits are better, which they're not necessarily, but the playstyle pluses that it gives and some of the interesting stat boosts. You're going to 99 free kick accuracy and 99 curve on each and every one of these cards that you put into this. And I have some interesting points to make about some of the combination chains that you can make with the Hawk Evos that's still out, or even some of the other evolutions that are currently available inside of this game as well. This is a decent Evo, again, for only 25,000 coins. Again, you get good playstyle pluses, right? We are getting the finesse, you're getting technical and dead ball. But most people are not putting a player into this who does not have at least 1 playstyle plus already, so you're not getting dead ball. Plus, you're getting regular dead ball. But again, it's that curve and it's that free kick accuracy that interests me, especially for passing. Now, some of the evos that come out of this, take a look. If you didn't do the Abarbo and the 150k evos a while back, you can now create a 93 rated Abarbo with some pretty good stats and 5-star skills, good playstyles, and at the center attacking mid position added with the first of the 2 evos here, starring role. That's one of the better cards that I've seen. If you had the Freeze Adon and didn't evolve him, you can now take him to a pretty good card with finesse plus. Messi, Neymar, this Ousmane Dembele might be one of the most meta cards coming out of this evo right now because his pace is above the stat limit boost, 94 rated. That's a great Ousmane Dembele. Not as good, of course, as his Team of the Season 4 Playstyle Plus card, but, you know, a nice, comparable, cheap way to get that one in the club. But one of the things I like about this Evo the most and that interests me, and I'm trying to think through as I'm going to put a player into this, is players that have Incisive Pass Plus. This Jude Bellingham chain right here actually might be one of the best cards in this Evo because, again, it's all about that Incisive Pass Plus and the 99 curve. Like that combination, 99 curve with already great long and short pass on this Jude Bellingham card. He's got the Incisive Plus. He's got other great playstyles added through these Evo chains and what he already has in the card. Just think about a regular through ball with 99 curve. That's going to be super duper insane. You get the free kick, you got dead ball regular. Like that's just the small things that with this Evo that make it really, really interesting. And a lot of cards I feel like fit it. I'm really interested in putting in my Kulusevski here. Yes, it does take your card to a 93 rated, which means it's probably not going to be evolvable for a long time, but whether you're going to try to chain somebody into this is probably the last step if you're doing a chain, by the way, because again, it gives the 3 playstyle pluses. You can put a 3 playstyle plus player into this as well. So maybe it's one you still wait a few days for, because if you're going to do other chains with other evos, you could then put a 3 playstyle plus player into this, which is pretty cool. So I'll stop glazing this evo, but it's only 25,000 coins and it's really fun. It gives you 5-star skills, it gives you good playstyle pluses and pretty solid stat boost, and it just fits a lot of cards. So I was pleasantly surprised with that evo because of how just kind of fun it was and how many players fit into it. Now let's go to SBCs, where content yesterday was not as great. We did have our daily player SBC here for Selma Basha, a FC legend, right? Of course, last year with her card. This year, just not the same, right? We've talked about this. We've gone over it when we saw the leak. It's not a bad card. Quick Step intercept and whipped pass with the 5-star weak foot. She can play left wing as well as left back. Great dribbling, great passing, great defending, honestly. Physicality is going to be a bit of the issue. Pace is, of course, awesome as well. Good play styles, right? You've got the quick step plus, as we mentioned. You've got the anticipate based long ball, dead ball, relentless, technical and jockey are very nice. And you've got wing back plus plus and a winger plus plus with wide playmaker. I think the roles are a bit of the disappointing thing here with this Basha card. And honestly, for me too, it's kind of the price, 258,000 coins. Again, the comparisons that we're making with SBCs right now, yes, we're opening a lot of packs and we have a lot of fodder so we can craft them. But if this card was on the market, would she be 258K when we have the Karchawi Team of the Season card who is on the market for 93,000 coins? Not the exact same, but at least similar in terms of statistics. Karchawi has 96 dribbling instead of Basha's 88. So yeah, that's kind of the comparison one-to-one that I make. Karchawi and Basha, always the D1 Arkema left backs to kind of compare and contrast. She's 5-star, and 93K. This SBC is 200,000 coins. Honestly, if you do like it for just being Basha, though, and for the memories, for the legendary aspect of this card, then you can go ahead and do it for sure. Also, there's a Marozen card. You get 2 players, actually, if you complete Basha, because in the first section here, you get the Marozen card as an SBC. Doesn't look that fantastic, but if you need those links, if you want to try those cards out, that is there. Now, also in SBCs yesterday, we had the normal Sunday refreshes of the icon and the hero pick, but EA only did half the job. They started by upgrading the campaign mix for the, sorry, not the campaign mix. They upgraded the heroes to an 89 plus, and they took it back to a 1 of 3. This is exactly what we thought they might do. The Fantasy FC heroes are in this, which is very nice. That's a better hero player pick than what we have had recently, just to be completely honest. So that's probably not worth a try, but at least they made it 89 plus. The icon pick stayed the exact same. Literally the exact same requirements. Same cards are inside of it. Same requirements here. 87, 88, 89. It's just a little disappointing for me. I was hoping they would also make the icon an 89 plus. But even then, would that really change that much? Probably not. So I'm a little bit disappointed in terms of that. But that was most of yesterday's content, apart from, of course, all the daily refreshes of the daily play, the daily login. Today is day 5, I believe, of the daily login. So if you've kept up with every single day thus far during Team of the Season, yeah, today we're all going to be getting an 85 times 2 and an 87 times 2. Good day for some packs if you've been doing the daily login. That's really nice to see. Now, last thing I want to talk about related to SBCs are fodder prices. This is a good thing, guys. Take a look at Team of the Weeks. GG's if you've still been holding. Team of the Week cards are now 21 to 22,000 coins. They were insta-selling. They still are insta-selling at 21K. I think from now, here on out, until we get something else to change, whether they start requiring TOTS and Team of the Weeks or whatever it may be, Team of the Week cards are just going to continue to inch up, right? They're not getting supplied very much at all. Wednesdays, we maybe have a little bit of supply with that SBC refreshing, but it's not like they're in Weekend League rewards. They're not in Division Rivals rewards, so they just kind of keep going up. That's great, right? We're kind of just watching these Team of the Weeks. If you have invested and you're like, Nate, I'm almost doubling my money right now. If you bought Team of the Weeks at 10 to 11,000 coins, you are basically starting to double your money. If you wanted to get out, I think it's early to get out, but I think you could do that if you wanted to, if you feel like you need your coins. What I would tell you to do is lazy list these cards, 25, 27, 29, maybe even 30,000 coins. Lazy list these Team of the Weeks because you will get sales, especially around the peak times of content every single day. There's so many SBCs that are requiring Team of the Weeks and just Team of the Weeks. I think that is something that we can do this week with those investments. We're not in a hurry to sell. I'm still on the lookout and still hoping to see Team of the Week prices of upwards of high 20, maybe even 30,000 coins, like 25 to 30K. When they're selling for that on the market insta-sell, that's where I'll be looking to sell Team of the Weeks for a time, like however fast that happens. Maybe Team of the Weeks at one point go to 40K, but if you have to wait another month for that, is that really worth it? For me, no. If they go to 25,000 in the next 2 weeks, I'm out, and that's great. Great coins there. Now, just talking about prices a little bit more. Yesterday was a really good day to flip these TOTS cards once again. The Vitinha was probably example number 1, where we picked a couple of those up on the video. He jumped up, but he was not the only card. There was plenty of cards yesterday that once again had some good fluctuations. Definitely not as crazy as on Saturday, but these cards have the hype, guys, right? Beereth from 190,000 coins up to 230, and as you can see, he's dropped down a lot. Really big drop off yesterday as a lot of people were finishing foot champs, of course, selling off cars. There's still foot champs going on, though. That's one of the reasons why I ended up picking up some Tolisso down here at 50K flat, because he was 60K, went to 72, and now he was just down under. He was at 49,000 coins. So I picked up maybe like 5, 6, or 7 of him in that range just to try to flip today. I did pick up a couple of Joao Neves as well because he's really rare, and he dropped off a ton yesterday too. At 1.6 flat, I bought him there. So I'm hoping that today can bring some of those same price fluctuations that we have seen. Picked up a couple of Sem Stein as well at 180K because hopefully he goes to around 200,000, maybe a little bit above that today. It feels a little more risky today on a Monday, but also I think the content's not going to be as crazy. So I think we have honestly a decent chance of seeing some of these cards move upwards and collecting some potential flips and potential profits on those. Also, guys, talking about team of the season, you see me here bidding on a couple of TOTS cards. I'm starting to stock my club, and I think this is something that we might need to get on sooner rather than later, because as we get into the week this week, people are going to start thinking about guaranteed TOTS packs, guaranteed TOTS SBCs, or maybe some sort of trade-in pack, however EA is going to phrase it, however they're going to label it. And I think they might actually require Team of the Seasons for that. Now, the trade-ins have been very popular SBCs that we've seen throughout multiple different promos this year. Like most of the last promos we've had, we've seen the trade-ins. But they always require a player from the current promo, right? It's like you turn in the Immortals to get the Immortal icon back in the pack. And of course, with Team of the Seasons, this is one of the most popular investments every single year, is the discard Team of the Seasons. Now, they are pretty cheap, and we are in the very first week of Team of the Season. Now, what seems a little bit different this year about TOTS is there are so many TOTS cards in packs. We have 50 cards in packs right now across the 3 teams, and if EA is doing that across every single week of TOTS, there's going to be a lot of supply. But your best chance of investing in Team of the Seasons and actually seeing them go up would probably be here at the beginning, I would think, because there's less that are out. And if EA start requiring TOTS cards and SPCs, you could see them jump up. Now, I'm not saying that Team of the Seasons are going to go from 17,000 coins all the way to like 40K. I really, really doubt that. Maybe down the line 2 or 3 months from now when 92s can fit into evolutions, like you could do a club stock on a Zakaria for that, or a club stock on an Andre Santos for whenever he could fit an evolution down the line. But I think what you can do right now is get on bids. Now, these cards were a little bit lower earlier in the weekend, but since we're getting into the week, I think this is going to be talked about a whole lot more. You can see, right, this Akliush, he was as low as 17K, went up to 19, 17 to 19, and he was just down at 17 flat. I think if you want to do a little bit of a club stock, I don't think this is an all-in unless you're going really crazy with it. You could do some club stocking of these cheapest TOTS cards. 16K is the price that I like. 17K is doable. Now, I will mention this as well. The TOTS highlights are cheaper. They're about 15,000 coins on the market. They are lower rated, like Blas, and of course, the Japanese guy here who I just, Maikura, is that his name? I just passed up him on the market. Maikuma, right, Maikuma from AZ. You could stock a couple of these as well. But the main thing I want to point out with these TOTS cards is, remember back a couple weeks ago when we had the UEFA Dream Chasers trade-in, right? When it said turn in a Dream Chasers player, since the UCL is like, when you thought of Dream Chasers, it was most of the UCL cards, at least that most people thought of. These are the cards that went up more because they were UCL Dream Chasers. They were the first Dream Chasers you saw when you searched the market, and people just thought to buy those. If EA asked for Team of the Seasons, I think most people would go for the blue Team of the Season normal card design that we just all know is Team of the Season. And some people would know that you could also probably turn in a Team of the Season highlights as well. I would imagine that those would work hand in hand for a TOTS requirement, but I would still buy the slightly more expensive Team of the Season cards because I think you're going to have more lazy sales there because you're going to have more people that are just saying, oh, I need a TOTS card, going and buying a blue version of a TOTS rather than knowing, oh, wait, the purple versions are like actually 1,000 or 2,000 cheaper on the market. So you could buy a couple of Blas. You could buy a couple of those players that are really cheap as these Team of the Season highlights. But honestly, what I would do is just focus on the blue cards. And it doesn't matter what league. The highest rating you can get possible, the better, like the 92s, the 3s, the 4s. If you can get some of those here at 16, 17K, that would be fantastic. Obviously, it's going to be way easier to get the 91s, but that is just something that I would do because I think there's going to be some hype and people are going to start investing in this stuff. And if it doesn't go up this week, then like I kind of mentioned, this is a long-term one as well that you could hold on to, because TOTS cards, especially if you look back in years past, some of the first weeks of Team of the Season players have done really well because they're the ones that get turned into SBCs straight away. Their supply kind of dries up quicker than others. And we have Evos still that are potentially going to make these cards go up at least over time too. So that's kind of a long-winded way to explain why I think some Team of the Season cards could be good investments. Just a club stock, though, is probably the safest way to do it. Now, just a quick word on the out-of-packs market. A lot of cards, you know, they're doing okay. Like this guy Zico, man, this card is incredible. If you've got 1 million coins, 1.2 to 1.3, like flip this card, man. Every single day he goes down to 1.2 and then zoom, he's back up into the 1.4s. Saturday he was 1.2 and he hit 1.5 once, hit 1.5 again later. Yesterday he went to 1.4 almost, back down to 1.2, back up to 1.4. Like this guy is a yo-yo, man. And that's how a lot of these cards from like Immortals, Team 1 and Team 2 are continually moving on the market. This Zola was just 600,000 coins. Now he's 559. What about yesterday? From 533 up to 635. That's a fantastic trade, right? Just do a little bit of the searching on the graphs and you'll be able to find some cards that move great on this market and you'll be able to make some coins. I'm still a little bit leery of putting too many coins into out-of-packs cards just because Team of the Season stuff is super cheap, super obtainable, and most people are worried about those cards right now, and those are the cards that everybody wants. So that's the one thing I'm a little bit worried about in terms of when it comes to people buying cards off the market on this game. So that's kind of the situation with the market at the moment. Don't want to take too long to look at that. One last thing, actually, I do need to mention this. One last thing related to the market as I try to bid on this Barcola. Okay, never mind, not bidding anymore. Liverpool winning the league yesterday. GG's to Liverpool does confirm some upgrades. Now the question is, when is EA going to upgrade these cards? Because yes, Liverpool have clinched the league. So Carragher and Darwin Nunez are due a +1 overall and a playstyle plus added to their card. However, Kvaratskhelia and Matuidi have still not been upgraded after it's almost been a month now, or at least 3 weeks, since PSG had clinched League One. They have still not got their third playstyle pluses on those cards. I feel like it's a little different, though, for Firmino and Barcelona, because that was a cup final, and that game is over. It's not like the Prem season is still going, right? Yeah, this Firmino card, as we looked at yesterday, was almost extinct. He's still almost extinct to the market. It's like 150,000 coins. His max price is 160. He should be getting another 99 stat and a third playstyle plus very soon. I could see that upgrade coming today. I also could see the Fati upgrade coming today. That's the one thing I think that the fantasy cards of Firmino and, of course, of Litmanen have a chance to upgrade, and this Ansu Fati before a card like Darwin Nunez and Jamie Carragher, and then, of course, the PSG lads that we mentioned. So really hoping they upgrade this showdown today, and also the Firmino and the Litmanen. And it's one thing that we're hoping for as a part of Monday content. Now, the biggest thing, guys, that we really got to talk about today, heading into today on Monday. Mondays usually aren't that crazy of days. Let's keep it $150 and say it how it is. Mondays are usually pretty quiet days on this game. I think there's going to be some FC Pro Live stuff going on today with some games. I think the E-League SBC expires today, so those games might be today. The E-Serie A games expire in a couple of days, so if you still want to get those done like I do, especially for the Serie A, make sure you do that. But the real news for today in terms of content comes in the upgrade packs, and it's like we have so many upgrade packs out right now. The daily silvers, into the TOTS grind, into the TOTS crafting. Then you've got a choice. Are you putting your rare golds and non-rare golds into 80+ player picks? Or are you going into the crafting? Or are you going into these 77+ League One double? Well, add in probably the best SBC to put into the new crafting method, the new crafting system, the Premium League upgrades. Guys, these are SBCs that we look forward to every single year during Team of the Season. This year's a little different, though, because we don't have a good memory of these SBCs from earlier on this year during Team of the Year when they were absolutely terrible, right? Before the 82x20s came out during Team of the Year, we didn't even want to touch these league-specific guaranteed packs. I remember doing some of them. You know, usually we do during Team of the Year, spend a lot of coins on doing the league-specific upgrades. It usually gives us a bunch of fodder, like buying the gold rares to put them into the SBCs. And we didn't do as much of that because they were just absolutely terrible. Now, it's different during Team of the Season because you have so many TOTS cards that are in packs, right? You have a much better chance of packing lots of fodder, which can then craft you SBCs. Like I started yesterday of the Lillian Taram. Of course, we talked about him in yesterday's video being probably one of the most hyped defender SBCs that we've had in a while. One of the greatest SBCs in this game right now. Maybe you're doing Hullet, maybe you're doing Due, maybe you're just stocking fodder for Prem TOTS. You want to do whatever a big player SBC comes out for the Premier League. This premium upgrade pack specifically for the League One and D1 Arcana is going to give you good fodder because hopefully you're packing a lot of Team of the Seasons, and it will give you arguably your best chance at a unlimited repeatable pack grind for getting blues. Now, you're like, Nate, what are these SBCs? We've already had them, so it's not like we're looking for a new pack code or new information about them. Premium League One and D1 Arcana upgrade. This is the exact same SBC that dropped during Team of the Year. This is the exact SBC that we should hopefully be seeing today. It gives you 11 players from Division 1 Feminine, so D1 Arcana or League One, with 3 of them being rare. So you're getting commons and rares out of this, and what it requires is rare golds. Now it's like, how does this fit into the upgrade pack grind that we have right now? Here's what I would tell you. After we get this pack today, which again, FIFA Trading Romania is saying that these should come on Monday, following the pattern. That's been the pattern for previous years. Usually on Mondays as well, we do get a new player pick. I think the 80 plus player picks, the 80 plus player picks are expiring tomorrow. So kind of take that one off the list. If you want to do a few more of those, this is maybe your last chance to do that. I could see EA still giving us player picks, and I could see the 81 plus maybe coming back today. But the real hype is with these, the premium upgrades. Now, these are going to require 11 gold rares. It's the same thing every single time. You're turning in 11 gold rares for a chance at a Team of the Season, and you're getting gold rares back and some gold commons. Now, here's what I would do. Doing this super daily silver, this is where everything starts, right? You hit the daily silvers, and those go into the TOTS grind packs, because the TOTS grind upgrade is the one that asks for silvers, and then this one gives you gold rares and it gives you gold commons. Now, I think from that, what you can do is put all of your commons into the player pick. You do need a couple of rares for the player pick, whatever that is today, or you can put them into the TOTS crafting upgrade and then get yourself a 77 times 5. So probably still go into the TOTS crafting upgrade after that. And then what you're going to get from this is leftover rares, right? You might get an 82, 83, 84. Behind that, you're getting some 77s, 78s, and 79s. Those extra rares, I think you want to put into the new Premium League upgrade. Again, it's going to be kind of confusing until we see it out today, just in case they change some requirements. They probably won't, but what I'll probably be doing is hitting all of my rares, if not all of, most of my rares, if not all of them, into these Premium League upgrades, at least to start. And it's just a little bit confusing because it would be really nice if we had an SBC grind right now that was like, hey, I'm putting all my rares into the premiums and then putting all my commons into something else. And then, you know, the problem with that is right now we have these requirements that are, we need commons and rares. Like for the 77 plus double, which is League One specific, you need 2 rares. The TOTS crafting, you need a couple of rares and the rest commons. So hopefully we get a player pick today that is maybe just non-rares. That would be fantastic. Even if it's like the 80 plus 1 of 4 pick right now, you only have to turn in, 7 cards. But let's say they say we have to turn in 10 cards for an 80 plus 1 of 4 player pick, but it's only gold commons. That would be phenomenal because then all your commons could go into that and all your rares could go into the premiums. But regardless, the premiums are going to be the ones that you're going to want to prioritize after today, at least to start. Because again, during Team of the Year, they didn't have a good pack weight. They did not have a lot of hype, but hopefully that changes today. And hopefully with the Team of the Season pack weight that we do have, and specifically the low number of League One gold cards. Can I pull up that donk tweet again from yesterday where in the 82 times 7, you have a crazy number of TOTS cards to rare golds. Like in the 82 times 7s, which I packed the TOTS from, yesterday. It was not a good one, but it was a blue. You have 36 TOTS cards and 28 rare golds out of the possible players to pull from this. You're going to have a really great opportunity to get Team of the Season cards from an unlimited repeatable, like we've been mentioning, pack with the premium upgrades today. So that's why I think we have to prioritize that one. We'll figure out the ins and outs of what is the best grind after the content drop today, seeing what SBCs are re-released, seeing what player pick they re-release as well. But I want to really get that point across because the premium league upgrades, if you have gold rares right now, I would get a good set of them in your club. I don't think we need to invest in gold rares. I doubt they're going to go up much off the market. There are the provisions packs that are out there as well. But if you do want to do a quick club stock and you plan to hit a lot of these upgrade packs, just go bid for 600 on those gold rares and stock some in your club. So that's a big yap about the premium gold upgrade rares and the packs league specific that we're expecting for today. But I think it's deserving of that hype because those are pretty good. Now, other than those upgrade packs today on a probably pretty quiet Monday, of course, we go back to our SBC leaked list. We have Katoto, we have Igor, we have Singo, Perrine, and a couple of other cards in here that have not been released yet. Now we're getting daily player SBC, so of course you would expect somebody's going to be today. I still think that this Singo card is going to make some waves as hopefully a pretty cheap beast. Block, intercept, and anticipate with those stats at center back. That looks pretty good. Katoto is also going to make some waves. She'll be an interesting card to at least try out. Same thing with Igor for some links here in the Eredivisie. Even this Perrine card looks at least semi-interesting. None of those look groundbreaking or super crazy SBCs throughout the rest of the week this week, but we're going to be getting one every single day. Now, also as a part of content today, I was just looking to see if we could maybe get another cup, because I would just think that a TOTS cup would be right up EA's alley for something to release for some extra packs and just something else to do. I believe they dropped cups last year as well during the team of the season. The problem is the TOTS warm-up cup still has a couple of days left on it. Again, this is the one that was golden goal mode, 20 games per hour. It's still there for a couple more days, which is a little surprising to me because usually cups go away on Mondays from the previous week. It's usually 7 days. This one was longer, so we could get an overlap of a cup today, maybe a League One TOTS cup. I don't know if they would specifically ask for League One players in it. If they would, you know, if we do get that, then that would make the market move a lot for sure. But I feel like right now, with the fact that we still have a cup that is out, the likelihood of that seems pretty slim, at least for me at the moment. And then other than that, for the rest of the content today on Monday, probably not a whole lot else. Like, yeah, there could be an evolution that will be released today as well. Man, Barcola 1.7, that's getting really low. We could get an evolution. As of right now, there's no specific leaks for an evolution that we're expecting. That could change as, you know, quickly as the snap of a finger, of course, as leaks come and go super fast. So watch out for that today. But we do have an Evo that I think is expiring. The Evo expiring might be tomorrow, but that defensive driver Evo, which is one that I actually have to put a player into. Is there anything expiring tomorrow? No, there's nothing expiring tomorrow in terms of evolutions. It might not be a very big day of content today. There's nothing evolution-wise that expires today. There is one that expires tomorrow. It might not be that crazy of a content day today on Monday, but those Premium League upgrade packs is going to give us something to really chase after these TOTS cards for the rest of this week. So yeah, that's kind of the state of the game at the moment. Good luck with your weekend league if you're grinding all of that. I do have a Jairzinho that I picked up, the 2 João Neves, and a couple of Tolisso here by a couple. Actually, it looks like more than 10, but I mean, for 50,000 coins flat, the most that I paid, and 49.5 being the other price that I paid for this. We're doing a little bit of trading to continue to afford the packs that we're doing, the store packs and everything like that. So this is where the fun kind of kicks in today for the TOTS menu and upgrade pack grind. Like, this is where it gets fun because you have all these packs to grind. I still have a bunch of grind packs here, 24 of them. I still got a bunch of the 77 times 5s that we're hoping to pack blues. This is where, if you want to have some fun, and specifically during the big weeks of TOTS, right? When you're looking for the Prem TOTS cards and La Liga TOTS cards or whatever league is motivating to you, this is where you can really put in that work and have chances at packing some of those middle tier, high tier team of the season cards. You're looking for those blue flares. It hits, you know, so much better when you're opening a pack like a 77 times 5 or a league specific upgrade pack and you see the blue flare. Like, it's when you're doing the menu grind and you get a blue from one of those packs, it just hits different. Like, different even from like an 83 times 10 or an 83 times 14. So that's going to be the video for me today, guys. I don't want to take too much more time just discussing stuff that we're looking forward to today because I feel like we've done that pretty well already. But hopefully this week at least keeps us entertained, if you will, in League One TOTS. I hope there's some good stuff with this, man, because Prem TOTS is probably going to take over the leaks, the hype for that. We are not far away from learning players, I would think, that are going to be in Premier League team this season, maybe as early as today, but definitely tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's going to really turn in terms of hype towards Prem TOTS, arguably the biggest week of TOTS in this whole big team of the season promo. So that's going to be the video for me today, guys. If you did enjoy it, drop a thumbs up on it, comment down below if you have any questions, and subscribe if you're new. And I will see you guys in the stream today. I'll be streaming here on YouTube, of course, as we always do. And of course, we'll be live on the Twitch, and that link is down below in the description. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for the love. Have a great week, and let's pack some freaking blues. It's been TheFutAccountant. See you later. Peace out.